Oh, what's up, guys? You know what I'm saying? My bad, I didn't hear you because, AirPods.
Oh my god,
It's a
Ronnie.
vibe, yeah, feeling right, yeah, keep it quiet. Dumb nigga, dog.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy, Roche Ron, you know what I'm saying? I'm back with another video back in 2019. You may notice something different. I dyed my hair, you know what I'm saying? Just something new. I said new year, new hair. Same nigga, though. It's like, nah, but, yeah, so we're here today. Our topic is self-love, and I had somebody give me this idea off of my Finsta because I needed ideas for some videos. So I'm sitting here today talking to you guys about self-love, and I know a little bit about this topic. I've struggled with self-confidence, believe that or not, and I've gone on a journey of discovering myself and figuring out what it truly means to truly love yourself, because self-love is one of the best forms of love. So we can just start off by, I guess you can talk about dealing with yourself in a relationship. So I've actually never been in like a relationship, like I've never had a girlfriend, but I've had my fair share of dealing with females. I've taken my own dates and everything, and having emotions invested in everything. And I must say that when you're dealing with somebody who doesn't care about you and who actually has something going on with themselves, they can actually make you feel crazy. So, for an example, I was talking to a girl, and she was very, very, very like detached from like the relationship, and like she wasn't emotionally invested, and she made me feel weird for like having my feelings actually invested in the relationship. So, and that made me feel like I was like something was wrong with me. Like, okay, maybe I'm too clingy and stuff like that. But really, it was shit going on with her, and it made me feel like I wasn't the right person and something was wrong with me. And I've dealt with, similar situations where, girls have made me feel like I'm not who I am and I'm not who I should be. But I've come to realize that I love myself and I need to love myself, because if there's nobody in my life, if I don't have my family, if I don't have my friends, if I don't have a significant other, I know that I can rely on myself to love me for everything for everything that I have to offer. So, one thing that I like to do in the morning when I wake up, go look in the mirror and be like, damn, I'm a fine ass nigga. You gotta say that to yourself. You feel me? You gotta hype yourself up, and then that's a good way to start off your day, making you feel good about yourself. And you just gotta tell yourself that all the time. I know we all feel like we're ugly sometimes. Like for me, my biggest pet peeve about myself is my forehead, my IMAX theater forehead, my Megamind forehead. But I've come to love my big forehead, and I am very happy that God gave me this big forehead. I just got a lot on my mind. So when you have those things that you don't like about yourself, you just got to find somebody who likes those things about you, and make sure that you love yourself and you love that everything you have to offer. Another thing with self-love is that when you don't love yourself, you will allow people to do things to you that are disrespectful, and that's because you don't have enough love for yourself and you don't have enough respect for yourself. So let's say that you're at work or you're in school, and you're getting bullied, and if you don't love yourself enough, you let them bully you and you don't know how to respond or deal with that situation. Or if you're in a relationship and they're treating you with disrespect and they don't treat you how you're supposed to be treated, and they're cheating on you and they're calling you out your name and everything. If you don't love yourself, you allow this type of behavior to continue. But when you do love yourself, you allow less bullshit to happen to you. And so you can tell your partner, like, hey, I'm not gonna allow you to treat me like that anymore. Or you tell that bully, you know, leave me alone. I'm not the one to play with, or whatever you want to say. So when you love yourself, you allow less bullshit to happen to you, and in turn, your life will be better. Also, when you have self-love, you know who to incorporate in your life. So if there are negative people in your life, unsupportive people, let that be friends or family, you can see that and you can recognize that. You can say to yourself, okay, I don't need this negativity in my life, and I need positivity in my life. No negativity all 2019. Actually, scratch that out. No negativity ever in my life, because you want positivity throughout your life, not just 2019. So we want to make sure that we're all trying to have the most positive and supportive people in our circle, and that we continue to find things to love about ourselves, because the world will break you down enough, so you don't need to be tearing down yourself as well. That's too much going on with yourself. So this part of the video is actually a little later on in the day, but I had something come into my mind that I wanted to incorporate into the video. It's actually something that I picked up on. I think it was my 10th grade year. We had a motivational speaker come into our school, and one of his main key points was turning your L's into lessons. And if you know me, I try and incorporate that into my life, and I say it a lot. And so I wanted to spread it to you guys and basically explain what that means. So turning your L's into lessons is basically, if you take an L, turn that L into a lesson. So if you mess up on something and you need to be able to take the lesson from that. So for an example, if you are talking to somebody and you guys break up because that person was cheating on you and they treated you like boo-boo. So you can turn that L into a lesson by recognizing the qualities that that person had, and you can keep that in your mind, so that if you run into somebody like that in the future, you know not to mess with that person, or at least be a little bit more hesitant if they display those same characteristics. And you can actually incorporate that into anything. It doesn't just have to be relationships. That's just what came off the top of my head. So yeah, turn your L's into lessons. So let's just go over the things that I said. So number one was self-love. Make sure you wake up in the morning and tell yourself, I'm fine as hell, I'm great, I'm the best person that I can be. Or if you're not, you're going to work towards getting to that point. But make sure that you recognize the great things about yourself. And another thing you can do, you can have a list and write down all the great qualities about yourself and the things that you don't like. Let's say you want to lose weight, you put that on the other side of the list, and you can work towards getting to a point to where you like that part of yourself. So you can always work to make yourself better, but always also lift yourself up at the same time. Secondly, you need to make sure that if you're dealing with unsupportive people, negative people in your life, that you need to make sure you love yourself enough to tell them to leave your life, or you need to tell them how they're treating you and how it's affecting you. And thirdly, recognizing who you let into your circle, and knowing that if you love yourself enough, that you won't let certain bullshit fly by you anymore. So I hope that what I've said helps people out there, because I'm still on the journey to getting to where I want to be. So hopefully we all can get on this journey together, and we can be happier as time goes on. And yeah, peace, blessings, all that.